Hello and welcome. Hello, passionate Pisces. I've got your May 2024 horoscope. It's a quieter month. However, there are a couple of things happening that will directly affect you. Most particularly, I'm talking about your ancient ruler, Jupiter, changing signs. So let's go to the board right now. And firstly, I will draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for you for the month. So the first half of the month is what I'm looking at for passionate Pisces. You could need a drink of water. I'm thinking maybe there's some dehydration. What I'm actually seeing is a bubbler, or I don't know if you call them bubblers in America, maybe you call them fountains that you drink out of, drinking fountain, I don't know. Anyway, it's clear, clean water. You may be dehydrated, so it's always good to drink more water. Okay, that will give you a sense of vitality. It's also something about the emotional movement in your system, moving those emotions that may have been stuck in the past. The card that comes up for you, oh, that one's jumping out, isn't it? Okay, it's the Page of Cups. How very appropriate. Here's the water in the cup and the fish literally jumping out of the cup. She is in blue here, so it's about communication, it's about speaking out, and you'll see here there's a lot happening in your house of communication as well. There's also a high level of intuition going on, which is true for Pisces generally. But the fish is a sign of messages from your subconscious, and you do have Pluto, the great transformer, here in your house of the unconscious, the 12th house, so I will talk about that. Okay, that's the first card, the Page of Cups, bringing you messages. The second card for the month, I see a sword, the focus on the sword, or it's sort of equal actually, right across, it's sort of horizontal in front of me, and it's just saying, think before you speak. Swords are all about the thinking process. It's not a particularly big sword, so it doesn't require a lot of thinking. It's just saying, be careful before you speak. Okay, the card that comes out for you is the High Priestess. Okay, so this month there's a fair bit of spiritual energy around you, and this is all about your intuition. And you'll see here that they've both got the same colour, which is, if I look through the deck, there won't be many cards with those colours. This is about getting your message out and speaking your truth, okay? The High Priestess obviously is highly intuitive, and even if you're involved with an organised religion, it's always important to run somebody else's rules through your own heart and your own brain to see if they actually do apply to you, because a lot of the religions, of course, were written by old men, might not have much relevance to women, okay? Might have some in some parts, but not totally. And it's a very masculine point of view that it's coming from, so yeah, bear that in mind. Okay, now I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, like that. Okay, so I'll put these cards on the side, get this all lined up properly. Okay, because they're relevant. The cards are relevant to the reading. Okay, here's your horoscope. A lot of the energy is very close to home, okay, very much related to you personally. It's not so much about socializing or getting out into the world this month. Even in the latter part of the month, from the 20th on, the 4th house here going into the second quadrant then, which is, you know, extending the energy to your family and maybe close friends, maybe. But certainly in most of the month, it's all about you, how you feel about yourself, how the world perceives you, how you get your message out into the world, your finances, and the way that you communicate. So to talk about the moons, I'll just mention before that, there's no aspect patterns to start the month. Normally I would talk about the aspect patterns, but they're not there. Now, the moon. The new moon is in Taurus on the 7th here, bringing new beginnings and real physical accomplishments around your communications, maybe your local area. Maybe you're quite busy or active, going here, there and everywhere in your local area. You could be chatting to the neighbours, running down the street, paying bills, that sort of thing. If anybody ever does that anymore, I don't know, everybody pays online. But you might just go down the town to, have a coffee or meet friends or something like that. There's also maybe you're feeling like you want to study or learn something. That's possible. And there could be contact with distant family members, particularly cousins or siblings, somebody who's a bit distant from you. There may be news. The full moon is in Sagittarius on the 23rd up here in your house of career. This is the public area of your life. There's a bit of a culmination or something coming to a head to do with your career, your public life, or maybe your life online, or perhaps even authority figures. There could be something comes up to a head. That can even be a parent, particularly the mother, and there may be discussions involved there. It's not always tumultuous. It can be, but not always. Sometimes it's just like a discussion and it's about resolving things, perhaps. Pluto is in Aquarius and it goes retrograde. I didn't write that down. It should have RRX there. Goes retrograde on the 2nd of the month. It will end up in Capricorn towards October. It doesn't go direct again until the 12th of October. So it is gradually moving this way, but it only moves 1.5 degrees per year, very slowly, and it's been here for a while. So this is bringing great transformation to your spiritual energy and also what's going on in your subconscious, and it's probably taking your intuition and psychic ability to a new level. It's a very slow process, doesn't happen overnight, but you can see with these cards that getting what's going on in your subconscious, getting it out into the world, and maybe teaching or showing other people about understanding of the subconscious, that might be in your ballpark. Mercury is in Taurus the 15th of the month until the 3rd of June, and again that brings a lot of extra energy here in the house of communications. It could be lots of communications, could be transactions. You may be putting charges on your plastic. It can also bring thoughts of travel. Perhaps you're thinking about going somewhere, but may not be that far. It might still be in your same country, not necessarily overseas. Even in your local area, it could bring a lot of short distance trips, and also communications with those siblings I was talking about before. Then we have the Sun, Venus and Jupiter going into Gemini here, the 4th house of home and family, and that is on the 20th, the 23rd and the 25th. And this is likely to be very, very good for you. It could be very happy, a happy time of socialising with family or close friends who are like family. You may also be considering renovating or beautifying your home or garden in some way, because Venus loves that, and she loves to spend money on her home and make everything nice. So that's a possibility. With the Sun, there's a great deal of insight and awareness, but also contentment and happiness even. And Jupiter just enlarges these energies around the home and family. There's also the sense of mentorship or coaching or helping, giving advice, and generally good luck and positivity around the home and family. So Pisces, it looks like you're up for a fairly spiritual month by the look of things. It looks like time for self-reflection is really being called for with all of these energies. Take care of your finances. You've got a ton of planets there, a ton of planets around communication. This is so big, they couldn't fit it all in the section, so it's sort of come over here. So certainly it could be a very busy, active time for you this month. but probably a positive, optimistic and lucky time as well. Okay, so that's it, passionate Pisces. I hope you have a wonderful month. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how you are in the comments. That would be great. And if you're new, subscribe and be alive. Leave a like and a comment. And I just want to wish you well. I'll see you all again soon. Thank you and bye for now.